Hey there, good evening. This is the first video on this channel. I want to share some experiences here I've had regarding the topic of learning. Learning in general, but also more specifically accompanying children on their learning journeys. So yeah, that would be the lens of education, let's say. For me, the topic of learning has been a very a long-standing fascination. I think for me, school was quite interesting in the beginning, but then it became increasingly abstract and I just couldn't see the point in learning all that stuff. Not because it was difficult for me to memorize. I had no difficulty paying attention and yeah, just memorizing whatever the teachers wanted me to memorize. But I found it was a waste of time. And so fortunately I had enough time to follow my inclinations outside of school. And I think a few really important experiences for me were that I realized quite earlier, if I actually put my mind to something, if I focus within a very short period of time, I can learn a lot. And I can actually reach levels of proficiency that might surpass adults' knowledge. So one important experience as well was spending a year in Central America at age 16 and learning Spanish in a very short period of time. I think that ignited in me this this big question, like, what is our human potential actually? What is actually possible, right? And ever since, I think, yeah, I've been fascinated by what is really necessary and how does learning actually work? How does it actually work? How does it work in me? And how can I facilitate it for other human beings? And I would say we are hardwired to derive joy from learning. And if you watch small children that haven't been, well, I was going to use a strong word, but I leave that one out. Distracted, let's say, by technology, their faces are very open, right? Very open. And in that state, you can absorb, you can really absorb. Compared to adults that usually come to me and say they want to learn. But do they really want to learn, or do they just want to skip the learning process and then know? That is the big question always for me, right? So yeah, these kind of things. So I thought I make the video today fairly short, and I don't know where this is going. I thought, let me just put out one video. Let's take the first step, and everything starts from here. In fact, I just received a message from a student of mine who said, you know what, I went on this track on this pretty high mountain, and it reminded me of learning Hindi from you, because it's one step at a time. Instead of staring at the peak, no, just enjoy this step and the next step, just keep going, and before you know, you've reached the peak. So yesterday I did a climbing job, and I thought exactly the same thing, just inch by inch, moving forward, taking down a giant money plant from a tall coconut tree, right? Because with the rain coming up now, monsoon, and the strong winds that blow oftentimes, this tree might actually fall. So if you look at the entire job, you might get overwhelmed. But if you just keep moving, don't freeze, just keep moving, well, before you know, you finish the job. So I see these kind of principles not only in one specific area, but oftentimes they're kind of the underlying fabric of any kind of learning. And yeah, I think naturally, as I said, we are hardwired to derive joy from learning. And how we've managed to turn the learning into something ugly still kind of blows my mind. So let's have fun together and let's explore this subject. Um, if you're interested in it, if you want to reach out to me, well, drop a comment and let's share. See ya.